Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your weekly reading for November 13th to the 19th. This is for Virgo and Virgo rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional occult across spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity, to get more specific and detailed with your reading, Virgo. I do this because you know I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it brings a lot more depth to your reading. So Virgo, can you hear my dog rolling around the floor here? Virgo, this week, listen, we're here, okay? The big week of the new moon in Scorpio. I'm probably going to do a separate video just on the new moon because this week is, it starts off really challenging with this new moon in Scorpio, and then it gets a lot better toward the weekend. So it's like yin and yang. But either way, let me tell you what's happening, okay? If you saw last week's reading, you know that on the 11th, November 11th, we actually had Mars opposing Uranus. Now, when we kick off this week on Monday, we have the new moon in Scorpio with the sun opposing Uranus. So this is a lot of really tense energy that's happening right now. It really is. It's almost like, Uranus brings surprises and the unexpected, and these oppositions are not super fun. All right, we'll keep it at that. And the analogy I've been using is that it's like you're trying to open up a jar of pickles, and it is the hardest one you've ever tried to open in your life, and you're just like squeezing, and it's kind of challenging, and you're just like, like you got to open this, and you've got you finally open it, okay? You finally open it, but it happens to be like a full of socks, okay? It's just like, whoa, what is going on? That's just like Uranus throwing all these surprises at you, okay? Unexpected things, all right? Or, you could be having a backyard barbecue, right? And everybody's looking forward to these pickles, and you can't open that jar of pickles. And so you're trying really, really hard because everybody's coming. Beyonce, Keanu Reeves texted. He said he's on his way. Prince Harry is, I'm trying to think of all these Virgos. Anyway, but it really is like you having this backyard barbecue. You are very excited for it. And the only thing that people really want are these pickles, okay? And everyone's on their way. And then, boom, it just starts pouring, all right? So just out of nowhere, something just comes out of the blue, blindsiding you, and you're like, what is happening? And it's just like, it's no longer about the pickles. So with that said, very, very, just pay attention, all right? Be aware, all right? Always just be aware in the moment. It is not the easiest new moon. I like this new moon in Scorpio. I personally like new moons in Scorpio, even though the moon is in its fall in Scorpio. The moon is very feminine. Mars, traditional ruler of Scorpio. Pluto, the modern ruler, very masculine. So, but even still, I do like the drive, the passion behind it. I like the intensity that it brings. You may too. You never know. This new moon in Scorpio is happening in your third house. All right. Now, Uranus is in your ninth house. So what does this mean for you for this new moon in Scorpio? Those are, first of all, the two travel houses in the zodiac wheel. All right. So there may be something surprising that comes up around travel. If you are planning a trip, if you're on a trip, just be aware, okay? Be aware in the moment, be present. The other thing is, it really could have to do with, there could be something like a disconnect with like your belief system and the way that you see things and communicating them. Okay, because the third house is communication, ninth house is really like spirituality, and your belief system and your philosophies and whatnot. So keep that in mind. Again, the new moon is gonna, the energy of the new moon lasts like a long time. Okay. and these aspects are shorter. So it's just more like, it may be a rocky start to the week. Now, on Wednesday, on the 15th, Mercury will sextile Venus. This is absolutely amazing. Really, really, really love this for you. You could find out something about like money around this time as well. Remember, Venus is in Libra in your second house of income, and it could something to do with family and home, because Mercury is in Sagittarius in your fourth house. But even still, Mercury and Venus are very fast moving planets. And so it's almost like you'll feel it for like a hot second. But it's nice. It's nice. It feels good. Okay. Now, over the weekend on the 17th, this is absolutely amazing. We have both Mars and the Sun trining Neptune. It feels so good, especially if you're in a relationship. It's going to feel really great because on the same day, the Sun is going to conjunct Mars. Now, this is absolutely brilliant. Have I ever used that word anyway, this is absolutely brilliant. This is a Mars Cazimi. We've definitely had a couple Mercury Cazimis, which you would, be well aware of because Mercury is your ruling planet. But now we have a Mars Cazimi. So you will feel absolutely driven. Nothing can stop you now. Like you are, but with all these like trines with Neptune, it's like imagination, creativity, just like to the the next level, like exceeding like levels that you didn't think. Like you really could come up with the next Twitter or X or whatever we're calling it these days. Like your mind could just be like boom. Like it's really, really nice. I really absolutely do love this. I really do like the fact that one thing that is happening with Mars and the Sun trining Neptune on the 17th. Neptune is in Pisces, okay? Now, that is your seventh house of partnership. So relationships, really great. I really love this aspect. The reason why I think it's a lot more that like love and romance related is because Pluto has gone direct in Capricorn. The moon will be going into Capricorn over the weekend as well. So you could be getting like really serious about things when it comes to love and romance, because that is your fifth house, but it is also creativity. So that's why the Mars Sun trining Neptune is big for you. It's your imagination as well. But it is self-expression. The fifth house is also like children. So keep that in mind, because remember, we're ramping up into Sagittarius season, which is your fourth house of home and family and partners. So remember, Saturn did go direct. All right. So that happened on November 4th. And that is going to be something you're going to feel a lot more in the next 2 years. And the reason why I'm bringing it up now is because Saturn went into Pisces in the beginning of the year just for a little bit before it went retrograde. Okay. And so we really never have felt it yet. So Saturn did go direct on November 4th. And now he's just waking up. He's waking up. So you will start feeling Saturn. Okay. And we'll talk a lot about Saturn in Pisces again. That's just you taking partnerships, relationships a lot more seriously now. All right, whether love or career or one-on-one, it doesn't matter. It's just like it could be your mailman. It could be if you're house hunting, right? As we enter Sagittarius season, a lot of y'all maybe think about moving, buying real estate, just even browsing places or whatnot. It could be a realtor that you're working with. That's a one-on-one partnership. Okay, so keep that in mind. It's just there is going to be some element of that, just being a little bit more driven in that area, and Saturn does bring a lot of responsibilities. But remember, Saturn is also like karma, so it really is like Saturn does reward you through all the hard work. And speaking of which, you hear that? The church bells. That's a sign. Come on. That's a sign. And you may have noticed the lights are very bright. I am doing your reading really late. It has been a long day, so I apologize for that. I actually am kind of squinting because they are so bright. But with that said, Virgo, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what's going on for you for November 13th to the 19th. Again, this is for Virgo and Virgo rising. If you know your birth chart, feel free to read for your moon, your Venus, any of those other aspects. if you're, or placements if you want a little bit more insight in those areas, if you know your birth chart. But let's go ahead and get started, Virgo. Let's see what's going on for you for November 13th to the 19th. So Virgo, like I said earlier, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. I will pull clarifiers for this week because of the new moon in Scorpio, and because it is an interesting week where it's been like every reading that I've done so far has been like, what? So Virgo, yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, okay. When I talked about partnerships and relationships, like you becoming a lot more serious about that in some kind of, whether work, whether love. I mean, like you, let's, it's here. Okay. It's here. First, you did get the Five of Swords. All right. So I wouldn't be like too surprised, especially with a week like the one that we have. This did come up in your past. And again, I said, Mars opposed Uranus was really hard. And so, the recent past, you did get the Five of Swords. So there could have been some sort of conflict. There could have been something that was really just, it could have been just like something that could have been with anything. It could have been anything. Honestly, it could have been work related. I wouldn't be surprised because this card is ruled by Aquarius, and that does rule your sixth house. And you are actually the native ruler of the sixth house. So, Virgo, that's work, like everyday activities, daily routines, but work is there, right? But more like the process of work and like colleagues or whatnot. So it could have been colleagues. Remember, there's a lot of attention around family, especially right now in Scorpio season, and with this new moon in Scorpio and everything that's been leading up to this, new moon in Scorpio. A lot of activity with your siblings or even like aunts, cousins, maybe even neighbors. There could have been some sort of conflict, but even still, it's a place where you have to just kind of choose your battles wisely, right? This card at the end of the day is all about self-respect, self-dignity. Is it, do you need to go into battle? Can you drop the swords like everyone else has done, right? So it looks like you did or will. You did get the Two of Cups in the heart of your spread. As we know, this is a card of partnerships, of relationships, but the more, I guess like bigger picture here is it is just love transcending time and space itself. This is, as Aristotle himself said in 4th century BCE, love is composed of a single soul inhabiting two bodies. And you see that here. Again, I'm trying to just do it where it doesn't flash in the weird lights, but this is really great. I love it. I love this for you. All right. I love this for you. And it can be, it really is. I'm getting a sense of like making up too for some of y'all. It could have been making up with someone, but even still, I want you to really do pay attention to health too. You do see the caduceus here, right? One of the oldest alchemical symbols ever. I mean, like so old, you see it in cave drawings, like between them. So not only is it like the medical symbol that we see these days, and like I said, coming after the Five of Swords, which is again Aquarius, and that is your sixth house, and that health is part of the sixth house, right? So that may be some sort of matter that comes up, but even still, this is the caduceus. It really is. You see the two serpents around the rod. And so if you're into yoga, you may know like the Kundalini. It's that driving like life force from the base of your spine going through all your chakras to like divinity. But I love this for you. I mean, it looks like it is going to be a big focus this week. All right. I just don't want you to feel uninspired. You have the Page of Wands in your challenge area. And so there is a sense of like there could be something where it's just really, for me, it's just like this lack of inspiration that could be possible, like I'm not good enough, or just something where it is make you where you feel where I know that you are good enough and know that you can have everything you want, you know that, right? So keep your energy levels high. We're all made of energy. We all vibrate at a certain frequency down to the molecular level, right? Down to the molecular level. And, you know, it was Einstein himself who said, match the frequency of the reality you want, and you can't help but get that reality. So it really is a matter of just looking at your entire spread here, knowing you are good enough, knowing that, you know, you should never not feel uninspired. Did that make sense? That was like 4,000 double negatives. Just feel inspired, okay? Because you're amazing, Virgo. You're amazing. The other thing is that there could be something that it's like something new that you're trying to launch. Some Virgos may be trying to launch this week. I would just really spend time nurturing it a little bit more. If that is something that is, it feels like there is something that you're eyeing. And it's just like, you know, now may not be the time. It may need a little bit more nurturing, okay? Is a big message coming through. Now, you did get the Empress in your crown. I mean, hi, this is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. Especially because, like I said, well, the Empress ruled by Venus, right? You see the symbol of Venus in her stone-shaped heart here. I mean, the Empress is a goddess, okay? Not a priestess, not a queen, a goddess. So really, really, really big deal. She is Miss Universe. She even wears it in her crown, in her necklace. But even still, this is the Empress. Like, this is just like you wanting to just feel good, and live life like passionately and through like pleasures. And just there is also like a maternal quality to the Empress that is coming up for a lot of y'all, really embracing that. But also there's again this new thing that I feel that, you know, the Empress is 3, so it is like the birth of new things, creation. You even see the Empress is pregnant here, but there's like a lot of like fertility and growth. So 3 is all about like development as well, right? And advancement. But with the Page of Wands in your challenge area, again, there is something where I feel like it just needs a little bit like that nurturing, like that, when I say that maternal quality, like something like does need a little bit more nurturing. But I really love the fact that you did get the Empress, and you know, with the fact that Venus is currently in Libra, big deal. Okay, so a lot of y'all may be thinking about that, like partnerships and relationships. Libra is the native ruler of partnerships and relationships. You got the 2 of Cups in the heart of your spread, and the 2 of Cups is actually ruled by Venus too. So very, really, really nice here. Really nice here. You did get the Hanged Man in the root of your spread, so I like this. There is a sense of like transformation that it's almost like you're ready for this next stage. There's something new. You're ready to move forward. There is, so the Hanged Man, by the way, comes right before the Death card, which is all about transformation, right? And so you can see that he's really prepared himself here. You see the halo around his head. There's a lot of enlightenment, but it's, you know, there's a sense of letting some things go and surrendering things that you know you don't want to bring into this next cycle in your life. Remember, we are at that new moon right now, right? We are at that new moon, which does bring new beginnings, new opportunities. So keep that in mind. This card is also ruled by Neptune. So again, really, really pay attention to the 17th when we have the Sun Mars trining Neptune. It's going to be a big thing for y'all. Especially because Neptune is in Pisces, right? In your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. So you're getting all these like partnership cards, but then you have the 3 of Swords in your future. So it looks like there is going to be something that could be really hard for you. Um, and it could be that actually, when you think about it, well, I'm going to pull a clarifier, but when you think about what's happening here, yeah, interesting. Um, you did get the Page of Wands in your future in your last reading, right? Yeah, you did. And now it's in your challenge area. So again, like I said earlier, it could be something that you want to launch at. It still needs a little bit more nurturing, and may need a little bit more time. But with the 3 of Swords and the 3 of Pentacles here, I actually really like that. I mean, you have 3 threes. You have the Empress, you have the 3 of Swords, and the 3 of Pentacles. And with this new moon in Scorpio in your 3rd house, it's a big thing because 333 communicate, right? Communicating. And the 3rd house does rule communication. So again, there's some communicating that you may need to do this week. But I'm not even getting, and a lot of people freak out when they see the 3 of Swords. It really, depends on like the spread and the context and whatnot. But it does look like there is it could be this new thing that you really wanted to work out, but it does need a little bit more time, or it didn't work out. Is something that you were passionate about, but it could be also internally you transforming in your own way, especially with the Hangman and the root of your spread. But you did get the 3 of Pentacles, which is really great. And so it looks like there is some sense of like you learning from a situation that may have not gone your way this week. It's actually helpful with the 3 of Pentacles. So it's almost like you learn from it, and it brings this like boon of, well, this card is all about like teamwork, right? Teamwork makes the dream work. But at the core of this card, it really is bonding. But like working with others, right? It's kind of like that whistling while you work energy. It is also Pentacles. So it is something that could, honestly, there could have been something that didn't work out, but then something else came through because it wasn't meant to happen. And something that was like better for you. But even still, remember, this is a big reading of like growth. A lot of spiritual growth, a lot of, especially with the Hanged Man here. But also just like so much love. But yeah, there's something that could possibly just not work out, and it may have an emotional impact from you, but it's more like you learn from it. And again, nurturing a little bit here, especially with the Empress, with the 2 of Cups, like with the Hanged Man, like this. Yeah, a lot of like, just really, really nurture it. But there is success in the 3 of Pentacles. Okay. So it's like but it's that teamwork energy. So working with other people to bring that success. Again, it can be like a realtor to get this, the perfect home for you and your family. I mean, just think about like where that, resonates for you. Every Virgo is different. Every Virgo has a different birth chart. Every Virgo is going to take a different, meaning from this spread. So, just think about that. But it again, I'm not even getting like this big energy of the 3 of Swords being something that's just like, it like really hard. It's just, with the 2 of Cups flanked by the 5 of Swords and the 3 of Swords, it really is just like, it feels like just more learning how to nurture things. Anyway, let's get to your stuff. I'm very curious. Virgo, If you like this reading, it would be so great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Let me know what's going on. Tell me what's going on. I'm going to hear it all from my mom anyway, who's a Virgo. She, by the way, is looking at like they are looking to me. So I think that like it's so funny with the fact that as we approach Sagittarius season, there is like all this movement in like home and whatnot for Virgos. But anyway, um, okay, let's see what's going on here. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Okay. Uh okay. This is very interesting. You got the Two of Swords. Um Two of Swords is rule. It's attributed to Moon and Libra. You see the Moon here, by the way, and so this is a Libra card, by the way. Okay, the Three of Swords, which is actually Saturn in Libra, but you have the Two of Swords, which is Moon in Libra. But um, last week, right? Yeah. So again, there is a sense of, but you know, with it be coming up, like coming up as a first card in your spread this week, I'm sorry, in your stuff, it really is just, again, just really go within, just really have that time to think about your future. Think about if there are any challenges that you're going through, anything that is like emotionally, like decisions that you have to make, really let your intuition guide you. Okay, really let your intuition guide you. That's what the moon's for. I mean, the moon is intuition. It does look like it is gonna be the fact that the Two of Swords came up again. I mean, really pay attention to going within. That really is going to make a big difference here. Looking at the rest of your spread, all right, you have a lot of swords, but you did get the Queen of Cups, which I love. Okay, so and the reason and the thing with the swords, it's the mental suit, right? It's all up here. It's logic, it's intellect, it's communication. Communication is going to be a big thing for you, but you really have to like take that time to go within. Okay, really go within to you know, trust your intuition, and then get to a point where you're comfortable taking off that blindfold before you do communicate, and you know, really move forward with, you know, maybe a decision that you're sitting on or whatnot, because a lot of this is like you're on the brink of something new, especially again with that new moon in Scorpio. Now you did get the Queen of Cups, so this is really great. It seems like there is someone like watching over you. Queen of Cups did come up in your external factors area. I am getting more of like spirit guide energy, or you know, someone that you know is, you know, watching over you, and it's really nice. Queen of Cups is just all love. That's all love. But it's also intuition. Okay, Queen of Cups is the most intuitive queen. Um, so I really like this for you. It's like there's a lot of love again in your spread. You know, with the Queen of Cups, with the Two of Cups, you have the Empress here. I mean, you do have the Three of Swords, but again, I think it's just something that you're meant to learn from. Queen of Swords, by the way, very different from the Queen of Cups. Queen of Swords is just very much like the Justice card. Okay, just, well, I want the truth, nothing but the truth. You know, this, but also having that power and authority, right? To be just not only in terms of like making the best decisions and not letting like the difference between the Queen of Cups. Remember, I said she has all this love. You even see all this water at her feet, right? Like that, like emotional intelligence, that an emotional depth that she has. She does not have any of that. So the Queen of Swords has no water. She's left all emotions at the door, but there's a reason for that. Like she, you know, in some situations, you don't want your emotions to cloud your judgment. And so it's almost like there is just a sense of you being very headstrong. You wanting to be very headstrong this week, and really being logical, thinking about things. But again, really spend time if anything at all, just having that balance of like mind, body, spirit, just intuition, along with, you know, your mental capacity, but also like, you know, having being guided by your spirit, right? Spirituality. Also, a lot of this is pertaining to your physical world here too. So body. And you know, your body is a temple, right? So it is, you know, so sacred, and it's, you know, with the fact that there is the Aquarius energy here, um really do pay attention to that, because it is your sixth house of health, and fitness and whatnot. But you did get the Eight of Pentacles in your final outcome, Virgo. And I love this for you, because this is just you working toward whatever you want. The things that, you know, you have the Three of Pentacles in your future. So it looks like there is something new that's happening. Again, you have all these three, which is, you know, three, communication, but three is like creation, birth of new things, right? Final outcome, you have the Eight of Pentacles, which is like you just being laser focused, going toward the things that you know that you want. There's a finish line. There's a legacy that you're going after. It just really, again, this is so you, okay? In fact, this is literally attributed to Sun in Virgo, this card. So really pay attention to that. I mean, I guess that's a sign too. I mean, you're getting church bells and sirens. Pay attention to that one. Just stay focused on the things that, you know, are... Oh, wow. And then you got the Devil. And then you got the Ten of Cups. Yeah, listen, this is really, again, all right. You have the Devil, okay? So there is a sense of something could seduce you. Oh my goodness. I think that you really need to pay attention to this with the sirens. You can even see it in the window, right? I'm going to just move that so it doesn't distract you. There we go. You have the Devil here, followed immediately by the Ten of Cups. There is something that you're going to have to... It looks like there is a partnership, relationship that may not be good for you, that you have to recognize this week, okay? So when I say go within, really go within. But for a lot of y'all, again, there is something that seems like you're going to have to learn from something. It is something... I'm honestly, some of y'all could end a new job, start a new one. As long as you recognize it. There could be something that is, you know, the Devil represents everything you think the Devil would represent, right? Vices, addictions, like drugs and alcohol, but also like pessimistic thinking. It could also be like a toxic boss. It could be, you know, like, what does it represent for you in terms of what could be, as you stay laser focused on your dreams, your goals, your passions, your path to enlightenment? What is that one thing that could like dangle a carrot, right? And try to seduce you to going back to something that you're just like, you've already said like sayonara, right? There is something that could happen, but you can get past the Devil, which I always say is like a test. And an energy vampire. It could be something that's just like really draining, right? Coming after the Eight of Cups. I'm sorry, the Eight of Pentacles. It's like something that you're working hard toward. There could be something part of it that's just like, I need to get rid of this because it's making it harder for me. And once you do, you're fine. You have the Ten of Cups here. I mean, you're absolutely fine. You know, this is the only rainbow in tarot, okay? Indicating like a promising future. You see happy family, happy couple here, happy children. Again, what's really interesting, a lot of this can resonate for home for a lot of Virgos. A lot of it can resonate with career. And the reason I say that is because you have all this career energy, especially with partnerships. The Devil, but the Devil, like I said, Pluto is in Capricorn. The Devil is Capricorn, and that is your fifth house of like love and romance. So there's like elements of like home and family there as well as in the Ten of Cups. and we are moving into Sagittarius season, which is your 4th house of home. But anyway, this is like very interesting. You have such an interesting spread this week. You're really making me work. I'm like, whoa. This is, I mean, you have the Queen of Cups, you have the Queen of Swords, you have the Queen of Swords, which is very similar. They're both ruled by Libra. You have the Three of Swords, another Libra card, which is, again, native ruler of partnerships and relationships, which is going to be a big thing for you. The Empress ruled by Venus, which is in Libra. Partnerships and relationships in the heart of your spread. You have the Two of Cups, which is all about love, but like also partnerships and relationships. It can also be self-love too. But it's very, very interesting here. Very, very interesting. I mean, so there is a sense of like, it's more of like there's something that you're just meant to learn with the Three of Swords. But it is like this promising outcome. It's like you have a little bit of speed bumps. You have, the Devil right between the Eight of Pentacles, which is your card, Sun in Virgo, and then also the Ten of Cups, which is like happy everything. So this is very, very interesting spread. But again, with this new moon in Scorpio, there is a sense of like you needing to communicate in order to communicate the things that you want and need in order to move in this direction that you want to move into. There is something that you have to learn, but there is also just so much love here. And then, you do have a happy ending if this was like a fairy tale, so just don't get distracted by something that could be emotionally impactful, which could happen this week again with the new moon in Scorpio around that time. Oh my goodness. All right. So Virgo, this is again, this is a very interesting spread here, but you're onto something new. There is definitely something new. You're entering this new chapter but you're going to have to learn something. And, I hate to say it, like it may be like the hard way with the Three of Swords, but at least you move forward. Like you're moving forward. Just trust your intuition. Okay. But also have that whole alignment, mind, body, spirit, and really take some time out to really gather your thoughts. And again, that Uranus, Mars and the Sun opposing Uranus, beginning of the week could be a big curveball, but you're gonna be fine. But just know that partnerships, relationships, work, career, love, home, anything, like it is a huge thing that's happening here, but also this birth of something new as well. Anyway, Virgo, I'm gonna let you go. Oh my goodness, this is a long reading. And I can see, oh gosh, the siren too. So maybe this is meant to be a really like pay attention to this reading type of hello. Anyway, Virgo, thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Let me know what's happening. I know my voice is like almost gone. Next week, we officially enter Sagittarius season. Yes, you're going to love it. It's so much like Scorpio season was so intense, right? So we're moving into Sagittarius season, and that's going to be very nice for you. It's going to be very nice for you. And if you are here for a career, just, we have that full moon in Gemini in your 10th house of career. It's like at the end of the month. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. I know I'm talking way too much. All right. Thanks so much, Virgo. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.